let's do a little recap then. We're going to be playing Infect. You try to use Infect creatures, Blighted Agent, and Glistener Elf to infect your opponent. Infect is -1/-1 counters or poison counters to your opponent. Essentially, this is protect these creatures, also Inkmoth Nexus over here, and slam in for lots of damage by pump spells. Scale up, Might of Old Krosa, Mutagenic, Protections, Vines, Blossoming, Apostle's Blessing, so on and so forth. Noble Hierarch with the Exalted helps. Infect. Quick, fast, easy. Let's go. Let's try this again. Whew. I'm not going to touch Streamlabs over there. I'm not going to touch it. We're just going to play. No Goyves. No Goyves. No, we're just Infect. We're Infect. Look at this jam in hand. Keep. Look at this. Turn like 3 kill. Oh. Oh, game's over. Game is just over, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Can I like kill them this next turn? Play Noble, play a scale up here. I hope they don't have a Dismember here. This looks like a very good matchup for us. Let's do some damage. Go ahead. Oops. We'll do a Noble Hierarch here. Seems fine. We'll do a scale up. Ta-da. We'll hit for 7. Ta-da. Pass turn. Next turn we got him. Turn 3 kill out of the gates. Our Tron opponent has got to kill the Infect creature. And then we have a backup Inkmoth if we need to. Is this already over? We might be getting to Red Prison quick tonight. Grayus, I see why you're enjoying this one. Okay, so help me out, Grayus. You are the Infect master of our little group. What am I doing against Tron? Wilton Forces? And what do I need to take out? Spell Pierce seems like it could be okay. Do I just take out a few pump spells? Distortions, Apostles. And like one just random pump spell here. Maybe like a Might. Shave of Vines. That's cool. Alright, we can do that. We can do that. I'm good with this switch. In we go. Look at that. Grayus coaching us from the sidelines. Grayus, there's a stack of gold at the gold farm today. I AFK'd there all day. It's all for you now. Okay. Like if I had a green land, we just win this game on turn 2. No, not quite turn 2. Turn 3. Like even if I don't, I'm hitting for 5 on turn 2. I feel like I should just try this. Like if I can make one of these Inkmoths to scale up on turn 3. I think I'm gonna try it. We're gonna get dismembered. It's gonna be rough. I maul, but you have a possibility to blow them out. We're gonna try to blow them out here. Okay, we got the Inky down. What's up, Odysseus? Good evening. Alright, alright. What are we doing here, opponent? What are we doing? You gonna blow me to smithereens here? Expedition map found with ancient stirrings. Look at that high dog. By the way, Evan, do you stream today? I guess you don't. You're watching me. It's a travesty. All right, I want to make this an ink moth. I want to swing, and I want a mutagenic. If I hit a green source, we win. If I miss the green source, we're a few turns out. They're tapping down everything. They're tapping everything down. They cycle their own wilt. Green, green, green. Green, 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 green. Oh, it's not green. It's not green. All right, we have them at 6. They in trouble? They're trouble that they're cycling. This just takes one gigantic Ulamog or something else, and we dead. 5 mana. And that's why we don't bet on hitting land drops and Infect. We tried, Grace. We tried. I've got to learn, right? Pithing Needle has been selected here. Uh-oh. We in trouble. Is it time to give up? Is it time to game? Maybe they named Blink Moth. Is this a give up? Go to game 3? I feel like this is a game 3. O-Stone played. I'm gonna concede. I don't know how far down my green source is. We were going for the turn 3. Can still rip a Force of Vigor. Oh, there it was. It was one more down. There's one more, and then 1, 2, 3 turns. So 4th turn I could maybe. That was way too far. Way too far. Evan. Hi. Let's play first. All right, we can keep this hand. This hand looks pretty tasty. We're gonna be nice and slow, methodical, win the game. I bet they'll have a dismember this time around. Glistener Elf, go, opponent. We don't really have any follow-up here if they kill this immediately, but if we get a chance to untap here, we'll be in great shape. Yes. Alright. Play down the second Glistener Elf here. Hit for a point, pass turn. Should be good. I got all the cards in for card control from TCG and finally get to play it at F&M. Nice, Mad Knife, nice. I'm happy for you. All right. Got an Ink Moth. I can make this 5, 6, 7, 8. They're F6, so we're just going to hit them for the full 8 here, and now they have 3 creatures to get rid of. Looking to kill them on turn 4. This feels like a perfect opportunity to get all 8 damage in here. Because we have the Ink Moth as protection, we have 2 Glistener Elves. This is a lot of creatures that they have to kill. Did we do it? Did we win? Did we win? Win? Got there. Good first match, Tron. I like it. I like it. Am I an Infect player now? No. But I did enjoy that quite a bit. All right, quick 2-1 here to start off the night. Infect loves Tron. Oh yeah, I could very much see that. I bet Infect doesn't like Burn, for example, I'm sure. Burn will probably be pretty tough, but against Tron, feels good. I'm into it. What's Pog mean? PogChamp. Pogarinos. All right, match 2 here. Match 2. I hope I don't pair against Burn. Okay, so Burn's a bad matchup. This person's got Golos as their avatar. Maybe it's Tron round 2. Not a fan of Burn. E-Tron, stupid Chalice's prowess or control. Hey now, we can't hate on Chalices in this. I know I will completely get blown out to Chalice, but I mean, come on. We like it when Chalice is good. All right, so we don't keep this because we don't have our green source here. We've learned that, although we have a lot of creatures. Let's go ahead and mulligan this. Okay, I am now lacking a creature, but I got lots of lands. I don't have the ability to go get Dryad, I don't think. I'm going to go ahead and mulligan this again. I don't think this gets us there, though. Let's try to find a creature. Found a creature, wrong land. Let's go one more. I'm going to Oblivion. All right, we can keep this. I'm keeping 4 cards. 4 cards. Breeding. Oops. I want to keep Breeding Pool, probably Blighted, Noble, and a Scale Up. Ditch these 3. Probably can't assume that I'll need protection. So we'll get rid of these 3 cards. Being able to put a Blighted Agent down here and then maybe getting to scale it up when I get to attack is pretty good. We could be a little bit safer and not have the Noble here. Instead, we could keep an extra land since I put 2 to the bottom. Keeping a Pendelhaven's probably just as good. This looks promising if it's elves. Looks promising if elves. One, two, three. Elves it is. All right, so to me, I would think we have a good shot here. But I also can't say I've played Infect very much. But here, this looks like a turn 3 out of a mull to 4 or 5. So, yeah. We'll see if they can kill the Blighted Agent. Westvale Abbey for my opponent. Heritage Druid. Taps out. Zuri. 4 mana. Collected Company. I think we did 2. They're going to do a lot here, but I think we're okay. Wow, double Shaman too. Oy, oy, oy. Nearly died. So I do scale up first, then might, I believe. We hit the land as well. Let's do it all. Let's do it all. Scale up here. Might. Noble. Hit for 12. Send it. Send it. Alright, so we're now against elves. Turn 3. This is how it feels to be an elf player, hitting the almost nuts and still dying. Oh, mutagenic. Oh, groundswell. Okay. I have a feeling this is like a Weather the Storm, possibly a Apostle's Blessing matchup. Maybe Spell Pierce, maybe Spell Skite, maybe a Dismember. Like these 7 kind of look interesting. That would be my guess. What's up, Zale? Uncle DB. These are my guesses because we want to protect our creature. I think Blighted Agent and or Ink Moth is our strongest creatures here, kind of picking the deck apart a little bit as we learn. I think these are the strongest. We're going to keep all of our Infect in, obviously. I don't think I want to overboard too much. I'm thinking like a pair of Weather the Storms and Apostle's Blessing here in place of like Spell Pierces, honestly, because they'll have plenty of mana, and then like an Apostle's Blessing, like Apostle's Blessing, Weather the Storm, and then one more Weather the Storm just to give me that extra turn when they like play a whole bunch of things. Yeah, they're gonna have removal. I'm thinking like I pull out one Groundswell. Like Groundswell's pretty decent, but I think like this is just all speaking to me. At least that's what I'm thinking. Maybe the Groundswell should be in for the Weather the Storm. Did they show us black mana? Yeah, they played 2 Shamans too. Off the Collected Company. It's kind of why I like Weather the Storm, just to gain a bunch of life that gives me an extra on. That's what I'm thinking. And I'm on the draw. Being on the play, I'll swap the Groundswell out for the Weather the Storm. This is a on the draw, Weather the Storm on turn 2 or 3, gain enough life that I get an extra draw that could result in a pump spell. Well, this is an intriguing hand. It's intriguing because the Blighted Agent is good, and as is the Ink Moth. However, activating the Ink Moth could be frustrating, because then they could kill pretty easily. However, if I hit another land, we're in really good shape, but we are not supposed to rely on that. What do you think, Grayus? Is this a keep or a mull? Part of me wants to just go for it. What's up, Slayerfall? Think it's a keep? All right, we keep. Grayus gives us the green light. Green light to bash my opponent's face in. All right, Elvish Mystic here. Off the Palace, showing the Elvish Mystic. No blue. Well, that's okay. That's okay for us. We're just planning to smash my opponent's face in with an Ink Moth. Elvish Mystic. I get the sense that my opponent has kept a hand with removal here. We're going to pass the turn and not attack. I cannot protect Ink Moth right now. This start is way too slow for them not to have removal in hand. Besides, 1 point I don't think wins this game. Based on like this combination right here, we just need to get something to stick. We can protect it and go from there. Look at this. Look at this. In for a point. Didn't even go in because they're going to play something at end step. Ooh. Ooh. Things just got very interesting. I don't think I die here. So I think I want a Blighted Agent. Blighted Agent, protect it with a Blossoming Defense, and then try to scale Might with a Vines back up here. I can't do all 3 of those, unfortunately, but I'm starting to think it's a Blighted Agent here. Bunny's here. Hazendan, what's up? I think this is a fetch shock, Blighted Agent, leave up green past turn. Hopefully they don't just smash me for damage. If I hit one more land here, we pretty much have the win. We're going to protect Blighted Agent on our turn here. Cycle's a peat land. Yeah, 4th land's going to be a kill, or I can probably... I can probably just, you know, wait a turn. 6 damage in? Yeah, get in there, you fancy. You fancy? Alright, land is a kill. No land. I'm not sure if I need to go for it or not. Another Might of Old Crosa here. I'm at 11. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I wonder if I'm supposed to just go for it here. This is 9 damage coming back my way. I think it's I was gonna say I die to any Lord or Pump, and I'm basically dying probably to the removal spell anyway. You can drop a Dork to kill me also. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think we just go for it here. Start with a scale up, see if they're F6'd here. They're not F6'd. Is there any reason to pause here? Because I kill them next turn if I don't lose this. If their hand is just blanks, I win. It would be only Dismember. Alright. We'll try for it. Well, they didn't do anything there. I'm guessing I've got it. Unless they have something else that I'm not familiar with. We got it. We got it. Went for it. Got the W. 2-1-2-0 here. Great start here with Infect. Yeah, Dismember would stop lethal. Gotta just... There's very little downside to going for it. We're losing pretty much on the crackback anyway. 22 minutes and on to the third match. Poggers. Heck yeah. Looks like we're gonna be getting Red Prison in later tonight. Like later this hour. Infect is zooming. Did I ever tell you of the spice deck I wanted to make? Are we undefeated? We're 2-1-2-0. That doesn't make us undefeated. In the spirit of undefeated, we're 2-0 in matches. I don't think you did, Bunny, unless you're talking about the big meme thing. The big meme thing. This is hard not to go for. Hard not to go for. I'm on the draw here. Let's go ahead and keep this. It's a 1 lander here, but I have the 3 pump spells that pretty much would get us there. In the Bant or Sultai deck of choice these days. 1 Inkmoth Nexus, 1 Awakened Vitu Gadsi. You're crazy over there, Bunny. You're crazy. You're crazy. We're against the ninja, by the way. A ninja. 1 with a sword. Land gives us turn 2 kill unless they have interaction. Oh, I didn't even do the math, but our chat's smart and did the math. Tai Padme. Tai Padme. Not Tai Padme. Padme is Star Wars reference. Got movies on the brain. By the way, if you are looking for, I think it was on Amazon. If you're looking for an Amazon show, the World's Toughest Race Eco Challenge, pretty legit. Pretty legit. Just gonna throw that out there. Wonder what bird means. Let's go ahead and risk a Blood Moon possibility here. Go ahead, opponent. But Eco Fiji, Eco Challenge Fiji, World's Toughest Race, Bear Grylls hosted. Legit fun. Alright, here we go. Teferi. Bird. Bird. Bird with the bird and the bird and the bird. Well. Do I just like hold for a turn or do I just go for this? I guess 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do I have to Distortion Strike here? Like Distortion Strike and then next turn kill? I mean, I kind of want to just Distortion Strike and see what happens. I could also just attack, and if they block, I could also get like a Blighted Agent down here. Let's go to combat. I'm looking at this Distortion Strike wanting to fire it off, but I don't think I need to. Let's attack for a point. Whoa, 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 opponent. Ice Fang Codal. I might actually just trade this and put a Blighted Agent down. Is that smart? Maybe I should Mutagenic Growth this to save the Glistener Elf, get rid of the Ice Fang, put a Blighted Agent down, next turn Distortion Strike, and then like Might. Oh, they block this way. Now I don't even have to Mutagenic Growth. Okay, we good, we good. We good, ladies and gentlemen. Just a cantrip, casual cantrip. Blighted Agent pass turn. All right, opponent, let's go. Let's go. Now I don't even heeft. I don't have to heeft. I don't have to use Distortion Strike. That's a lot of mana you got over there, opponent. You didn't declare a companion, right? This would be the time to fire off a Blighted Agent. Heeft! I don't heeft to. Oh, it's getting to us, the Infect. How's Canada? How's Canada? Is it cold there? It's summertime, but I imagine it's always kind of a little cool. It does look a little bit Bant Soul Herder-like, especially with the bird. It's roasting. Is it 33, 34 there, or 100 to 105? Depending on your Celsius or Fahrenheit categories. 30 degrees today? That's good. Some good weather. Scoos. Keep tapping out of things. Play another Scoos. I'll kill you. Alright, so we have a random point in here from them. 15. We got a Scavenging Ooze and a bird. I can just win here. Hey, Mad Knives, thank you for tuning in and also for the sub. Thank you. Just go for it. Minimal risk here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know. Am I supposed to go for this? I don't know. Groundswell is still +2/+2. I know. I'm trying to decide if I'm supposed to fire this off or if they're going to have a random path here. I don't think I have to rush this. Let's just pass the turn. Or see if they want to interact with me first. There's like minimal reasons to fire in the 2 Mutagenic Growths there and get them to 9. I'd rather save myself here. They're not killing me. I think 1 turn of patience here is just totally worth it. I'm not seeing how our ETB little random creature deck is going to deal with us, especially since I have Distortion Strike as just an alternative way to get this elf in. Seems safe. 2 cards remaining. No reason. Patience. We learned that from Lantern Control in 2018. I think Be Smart and Wait a Turn increases your percentages of winning this game, like, probably about 20% here. Thank you, Mad Knives. I've missed my YouTube schedule upload here, unfortunately, this last day or so. So, hopefully I can get that all turned around. Right now, we're pretty much safe from a double path hand, which is, I think, at this point they need a triple path hand to win this game. Yeah, I think putting them to 9 did very minimal. What's your favorite YouTube video, Mad Knives? That's fine. You can smack me for 3. I love giving Scavenger News a big hug here. Wow, I hit the Pendelhaven too. I think I can just like Distortion Strike here. I don't even think I have to. Send Blighted Agent in. They need a lot here, like a lot. Pump. We're going to use life total here so I have the most amount of things open here. I think I'm okay here. Yeah, they need triple path here. Here we go, here we go. Force is this. Okay. Groundswell. 1 mana open. With kicker. Double force hand. Nice. Well attempted, opponent. Any Pyro Prison list? I don't know. Mad Knives, thank you for the 100 bits as well. Did not expect the force, neither did I. The forces pitched a Euro and and casted a force, and a Euro was the exile. So Euro's the deck. I do like Maze Mind Tome. That's been pretty good. Maze Mind Tome's been a pretty good card in Prison. Alright, so Mystical Dispute kind of looks interesting here. I think an Apostle's Blessing might be required. That's what I'm thinking. Vines looks important this game, as does Blossoming. I think I want the Mutagenic Growth to keep my life total up. Distortion Strikes feel important, but at the same time I think... I'm not sure if I need these or not. Chalice on 1 does, yes. We like a Veil here. What's funny is I don't particularly like Groundswell in this matchup. It's like a lot into a creature. So we're just trying to counter something that's blue. I'd prefer Apostle's Blessing for the path that's coming. I think Force is, it's a good card, but I don't have to play through it too much. Maybe it's a Veil and an Apostle's Blessing for a pair of Groundswells here, and 1 Distortion Strikeout. Maybe not. What else do we have here that I could get rid of? Spell Pierce seems fine enough where the Spell Skite and Spell Pierce and Apostle's Blessing protect from path. Otherwise, yeah, they're a bit more mid-range, it seems. So we just need a good hand with 1 or 2 protection spells, and I think we've got a good shot, especially if we have the Blighted Agent again. I like this Veil here. I'm starting to lean as the idea of maybe this over like a 1 of something else. I'm going to take a 1 of Vines out, I think. I'd rather keep my creature around. The Veil cantrips as well. The Vines toss kind of 2 to do the plus and. So it's a little more mana intensive. Alright, well I've got a pair of Ink Moths here. It's kind of interesting. I think I could keep this. Yeah, let's keep this. It's a little bit awkward because I have to pump my creatures. But we've got some good stuff here. My opponent might keep a bunch of random paths. Hitting our extra forest here too is going to help us with our double Ink Moth hand. No bird starting out here. Hallowed Fountain tapped. Now, Icefang Kotal is going to be a little bit of an issue, I think. So we'll see if we can get around the Icefang. Oh, they don't even... Okay. I should have played the Ink Moth in. Let's boot up this Ink Moth and get in for a point here and pass turn. We should have the other Ink Moth in play, not the Forest. Alright. They don't do anything here. They allow us to hit them. Nope, path. They contemplated a path there. Now I'm kind of happy that I played the Forest down, because now I'll be able to play the Wooded Foothills next and be able to do this and protect it. And then I can dump a mutagenic growth in once here. Alright, we'll start with Ink Moth here. Boot it up. Makes it more tempting. I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna let my opponent play first here. We're already in block stage, so it's not an Ice Fang here. If they let this go one more turn here, I feel pretty confident, because I'll have a Wooded Foothills in as well. Nice and patient. My opponent's doing little to nothing here. We have him at 2 poison counters. I don't know what's showing up here other than a Collected Company, Restoration Angel. I'm not sure. This one blue is nice to see. We don't see a second blue here. Alright, let's go ahead and fetch first. Just going to boot up Ink Moth here. This might be a turn to go ahead at blocker step to go ahead and fire a mutagenic growth. We'll do this because I can vines and kick pretty safely. Puts them to 5. What's nice is on our turn, we don't have to have protection spells up because Ink Moth is a little bit harder for them to hit. Oops. 1 cost Martyr. We'll take a look at that in a little while. Double beat. To me, this is an easy cast with Kicker. Pretty easy cast with Kicker. They do have black still open, so this is a little bit all in case they have a fatal push, but Bant, and I say Bant, obviously we're sitting there with a black pip here on the Overgrown Tomb. Seems a little bit stronger. Ooh, they had the force. Why is it asking me to pay 1? Nice. All right. This is okay. It gives us an extra land here for our Ink Moth next turn. Now I can Might of Old Krosa, Distortion Strike, and protect the spell, possibly. That was a 4 for 2. Seems good for us. I was going to say, it didn't seem too bad. There's an Ice Fang, so now I kind of have to use Distortion. But we can definitely use Distortion to get through here. Ooh, Glistener Elf here as well. Do I want to use Distortion or do I want to play Glistener Elf down? They just have black open here. Let's try this. I'm going to Distortion here with the Ink Moth. I'm only going to hit for 2 here. My opponent's got 3 cards. They are down on white currently. By doing it this way, I can play the second Glistener Elf and then have a Distortion on the Glistener Elf and then have it as protected as possible. This does open us up for a turn here with Glistener Elf exposed, but then they'll use their removal spell on that. And then I can pump this into action and put the Distortion Strike on it. So we're going to do this route. This makes the most sense in my brain. So now I'll have a Distortion here. I'll probably try to do Blossoming Defense over Vines, because Vines says things can't target it. No, this is opponents. Okay. For some reason, I thought this was like just anything. I think we're good. What's up, Endermeat? You've been playing the Martyr deck double B since Hogak meta? Dang. All right, so we have four lovely cards to beat here. When does this come off? Maybe they'll errata Vines to say hexproof eventually. Yeah, that's what this is. This is hexproof essentially. Target creature gains hexproof, and if kicked, gets +4/+4. Yeah, there's a lot of text here. For a moment, I thought it was like Shroud, but no, it's hexproof. Opponent's giving it the once over here. The once over, the thoughts. The double might here is brutal for opponent, as just one needs to resolve. Yep. Yes, indeed. And with them having force as their option, they can currently cast one force, but that also shuts them off of white. And if they cast a force, they won't be able to use a path. If they force using the force's ability here with 4 cards in hand, that means they have 2 cards left, and if one's a path, we can protect with a path. I'm pretty confident we've got a W here. All right. We'll see, though. All right, so in response to this, we're obviously going to make Inkmoth a thing. Obviously on the Nexus. We have a bonus Blighted. We're going to try to Might here. And then I have Blossoming or Vines here. It looks like we're good. We're in. Swinging for 6 and lethal. Had no force here, so that feels good. Winning line for them is a path with a force backup. They pay path with birds here. I go to protect, and they have a force with the pitch card. So that is the winning line for them, or at least staying alive line. Either got a removal or not. What do we got? Ephemerate's Ice Fang here. Ephemerate, is there a reason to do the Vines right now? If I do Vines now, they could have a push in response, so we'll wait. Now they don't have path open, so it's got to be a push here. Oh, what is this? Chord for 1? I just let this resolve, right? I mean, I can't counter it. I got, chat. I got. I love this card. Oh my gosh. Gosh, I almost just want to like blast this with the vines out of spite. I want to blast this ephemerate, just blast the Codal out of spite for what they just did. Get a blighted agent down. We can be patient here. I got spore frogged. I got spore frogged. Look at this guy. Sacrifice, prevent combat damage. The champion arrived. That is nice tech. It is nice tech. Eternal. Oh no. Oh no. Spore frog's coming back. Oh my gosh. Why wouldn't you get spore frog? Why would you get ephemerate? Oh, duh. Because my opponent's next level, Ephemerate, Eternal Witness, now gets Spore Fog. And then they get the ETB again. Maybe I should have stopped that with the Vines. I don't know. I don't think I need to worry about this Frog as much as... It's going to stop a couple turns here. But we got the Blighted Agent. We got the Blighted Agents. Good tapping on my part, by the way. Making sure that we have Ink Moth up in case the Liliana. Versus having a Vines and a Blossoming up. Ephemerate's Eternal Witness here. Can we beat this? I don't know. We'll get there, don't worry. I'm going to be using my Vines on that Eternal Witness here in a moment when they sack this Spore Frog. Oh, shoot. Now I'm not sure we can beat this. This we might not be able to beat now. Court of Calling into Spore Frog. One for the ages. Cast another one of these. GG. Get back Court of Calling. If they have another Spore Frog, it's going to be crazy. So I can't now use Vines. Please attack me, Ice Fang. Please. Alright, alright, alright. We got this. We got this. Don't worry. Don't worry, chat. Don't worry, chat. We got this. They never see the double blighted. This man deserves the win. I'm going to fight this a little bit. I know they have an Ephemerate here. I don't really know what I could do. But maybe I can get the Blighted Agent in at the Teferi. Maybe. You never know. Alright, we're cording for something big. Besides, I kind of want to see this. What is this? Cord for 3. What are we doing? Eternal Witness? Detention Sphere. Oh, that's really good. I think I'm done here. We'll give my opponent the time they deserve. They deserve the time. Spore Frog. Alright. Spell Pierce looking a little hotter. I don't want that over a Spellskite. Seems alright. Send it back. Probably. Looks like a very cumbersome package, but it's the very first really impressive tech I've seen in these decks beyond recurring ETB draw card and Ewit. Yeah. Little fog effect. Little fog effect. Haven't seen Spore Frog in some time. What's that, Bell Rodeo? Merfolk Joe, that's who I'm playing against. Got some clever things going on there. Double B, we have your list, don't worry. We'll get to that between the rounds. Get that between the rounds. Oh no, Graveyard Hate in the sideboard? No. Juni93, thank you for the follow. I love the deck that they're on. They're on like a toolbox strategy deck, and I just love the ability to do that. They probably have a Magus as well, which is just like next level greatness. But yeah, they might be playing Walking Ballista. They might have Heliod. They might have... I mean, like, at this point, I would put it not past them to have all kinds of things. It's irritating. I think it's clever. I think it rewards good deck building, good understanding of your deck, and playing to your advantages here. I'm going to keep this hand. I have a Noble Hierarch. I have the Blighted Agent. I have a protection spell for the Blighted Agent. I can use Pendlehaven as a pump spell as well. We'll see. I like these kind of decks too. Only really get punished by Torp Orb. Ah, Torp Orb. We love that. Is it still viable in Modern? I would argue, based on our current standing of 2-0, maybe I'm going to drop this match. Maybe not. I would think it's okay at this point. What's up, Camber? I think Infect has got a reasonable place. For sure. We'll start with a breeding pool here. We're doing breeding pool because our wooded foothills can help ground swells, which are both in the sideboard. But we want to keep our mechanics nice and high and amazing, you know. Important things here. Important things. Let's go ahead and get this down. I am happy to get Blood Mooned out here. I would totally respect my opponent for Blood Mooning me out. Alright, we're going to leave Blighted Agent protected by Blossoming Defense here. I'm kind of flooded out a little bit here. Prismatic Vista here. Goes and fetches probably a basic Plains or Island. Besides Island. By the way, my opponent's playing the nice Woodlands Secret Lair lands. It's pretty hot stuff. Actually, I don't even know what basics I'm playing. I just uploaded this list and was just like, yeah, let's go. Didn't even customize. If they run Blood Moon, you'd be impressed? I would not necessarily be impressed. You know what's funny here is they could slam it to Fairy and then I'd have to have the option right then and there to play Blossoming Defense. They could then just uptick instead of going down. They could also down on the Noble to draw a card. It's kind of a weird turn here. I have a feeling they have Teferi as one of their options here, which is a really good card against us. Creature checks with a lot of creature interaction, like goblins and hardened scales. Chalice also hurts a lot. Pretty comfortable against anything else. Nice. Nice. I'm willing to bet this is Teferi. It's an Ice Fang. Alright. Alright, we've decided Ice Fang. Looks like we're going to have the turn passed back to us. Maybe if they hit a land, they want to be able to Fairy Eye in response, try to Blossoming. Oh, there's a bird. Plays another bird. Oh my gosh, so many lands. Alright, let's play a Waterlogged Grove down here. Let's go ahead and make this a little bit bigger and hit for 3. Probably gonna can trap the Waterlogged. I could probably do that now. To see what else I hit. Just kind of putting a little bit more in on the Blighted Agent here. Vines is a good card to see. We're in a bit of trouble here though, and I think there's an argument for making it look like you have lots of spells, but I also think there's an argument to just getting a few points of damage in here and having a singleton protection spell up. I think we lose to a Teferi plus a path right now. And if they have those pieces, I based on what we have in hand, I don't see us coming through because we have to in response to Teferi Blossoming Defense to protect, otherwise we lose Blighted Agent. I suppose we could let it roll. Fun fact, you're watching both of our streams. Oh, cool. If the target opponent skips their next combat phase. Gosh, please. Why do you do this to me? Alright, we're skipping combat. They have everything for us. Skip the combat. Skipping combat. Got the prevention of the fog. This is a nightmare matchup. I mean, it's nightmare and it's not. They're not doing a whole lot here. Keep in mind this is 1, 2, and 3 damage. It's not completely blowing me over here. Here comes the fairy. Yep. What's so funny is this Spore Frog with the Teferi. I think I want to protect this so it doesn't get bounced here. But I'm not sure if I should be protecting it. We'll probably cantrip the Waterlogged Grove now. I have a lot of mana. But they get to just uptick Teferi here. Then my turn I attack with and Spore Frogs popped. And then Teferi's just like, cool, I'll bounce Blighted Agent. This has been the most interactive matchup tonight though. This is really good. I'm enjoying this. This is some good big brain thinking back and forth. I think we've played pretty well. I think my opponents just kept some pretty stellar cards against us and had some sweet tech here in game 2. They came prepared, exactly. It's good for them to become prepared too. And that being said, I mean, Spore Frog is just a quick, like, someone attacks with 3 things with burn, fires 2 things off, tries to get the prowess, and you're like, bloop, Spore Frog. Bloop. I think it's just Teferi up here, obviously. I don't think there's a reason to bounce Noble Hierarch unless they're trying to draw out. Maybe they have nothing left. What's up, little Donnie? What's up, little Donnie? Oh, yeah, double B, you have, yeah, see, up here with Teferi, that's good. Like, what's, ooh, bird, and okay. See, Spore Frog's going to stop the combat here, then Teferi's going to down tick on Blighted Agent. I can't protect the Blighted Agent at any point my next turn. So I almost have to hit, like, an Infect creature here to have a shot. Because I need to put a second Infect creature into play. I'm going to go ahead and cantrip here. The Veil, that's now useless. Player land down. Let's go to combat. Let's see if I can take care of a Teferi here. At least put it down to 2. I don't have to pump with Pendelhaven or anything like that. It's really awkward. This Veil is just not going to get me anywhere here. Okay, they allow this to happen. We'll just pass turn here. Yeah, it is a Spore Frog. Spore Frog's art's really sweet, by the way. Alright, Ice Fang here. I suppose they've got like 2 turns to decide when to fire off Spore Frog here. Because they can go up with Teferi, which is what they'll do. On my turn, I'll go to combat and they can just sack Spore Frog. And then on their turn, they can bounce Teferi, or bounce Blighted Agent. So I really could use another creature, preferably a Blighted Agent. It's not really the creature I wanted. Let's go to combat. A little awkward here because at any point my opponent could fire off a path. So in for 3, my opponent's going to go ahead and use Spore Frog here. Play a new Noble Hierarch. It's pretty safe to do. We'll pass the turn. We need them to whiff a few more turns. They're going to Teferi bounce Blighted Agent here, presumably. Eternal Witness gets back Spore Frog, and they can do this quite a few times. I presume now Teferi will only go up because they can replay Spore Frog. And at no point here I can play Veil. Shocking that end's a little worrisome. Hits for 2 here in the air. Decides to come in for a point down below. We'll just take all 3. The clock is a thing. I have to see if my opponent's last card is an Ephemerate. It's a legendary land, doesn't matter to me. We'll go at Teferi again. I presume Spore Frog is being canceled out here anyway. No reason for me to do Mutagenic Vines at my opponent here. So we'll just F6 here because I can't play at instant speed. Well, we have to see what's their last few cards here. There's a Blighted Agent to hand. We have a few things here. I'm basically going to replay the Blighted Agent and see if they've got any way to interact with it. I have to. This is my out in my line. I don't want to block right yet. I think I wait. What's sad here is that I can't interact even if they go to counter or do something else. I can't protect. I could attempt here, and I think I'm going to go ahead and try to go after the Teferi here with a Noble. Because if I can clear a Teferi here, it'd be nice. I don't see any reason why they won't block with, say, a Bird of Paradise. And they do so. Ups with Teferi. They have 3 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage here. Pump with Pendelhaven. I think I've got to block one over here so I can use a Wooded Foothills. We'll use this to go get a Breeding Pool. Ink Moth, not bad. They are repping the cord again, yes. Four, 5, 6, 7. I need this. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2. Can block here. We have 3 here. 1, 2, 3. I could block one with a Noble. 2. I'd have to do something with this over here. I think I've got to go for everything here this turn. So we're going to use Mutagenic with Pain here. And we'll try a kicker because I can't do this during. And we'll see. I can't respond to anything that they do. So we're just hoping they don't have, yeah, a path. Because I can't respond due to Teferi. Good games. Bummer. Bummer. I can now attack Teferi again. They would block with a bird. It was a good game. Very close. Very close one. Wonder what their last couple cards are. The Teferi really messed us up in this one because we have to play. We don't have to, but we prefer to play at instant speed. If we can. If we can. Alright, so a little Bant. ETB Cord Toolbox deck takes us down here in match 3. He had a double force in the last one. Dang, that was a match? Yeah, it was. It was a match. Obviously, our opponent got us there. Got by the Spore Frog game, too. If we had a way of knowing that, maybe we could have found a way to get around it. I don't know. Maybe there was a point where I was supposed to Vines their Eternal or something to counter the Ephemerate. Maybe that would have stopped enough and we would have been able to get in. I don't know. Don't know. All right, match 4, though, coming up here. Let's play some Magic. It was a thought-provoking match, though, which was good. I like those. We don't want them all to be just quick in and out done. All right, let's play first. Well, I've got Inkmoth and Noble here. I've got Groundswell. I'm going to keep this. This seems like this could do something pretty rapid. All right, Breeding Pool, Noble, Hierarch, pass the turn. Windswept Teeth for our opponent. All right. It's a good card here. Let's go ahead and put a Blighted Agent down past the turn again. I'm going to not attack, make it look like I might have protection spells for Blighted Agent here. Sheltered Thicket. This is a nice turn 3 if no interaction. I've sort of done the math. Looks like Scapeshift. Basic Forest here. Tribe Scout. So we win. We win, ladies and gentlemen. Oh gosh. We smashed our face in so many different ways. Scale up. Might it. Blast them. Turn 3. But yes, it looks like Scapeshift. I am assuming they don't have a random force negation, I suppose. Alright, so what? Spell Pierce here? Maybe a Weather the Storm, because they look like they're Scapeshift. Maybe Spell Skites in this matchup. Seems okay. Distortion Strike's probably a not needed card here. I don't know if I really want an Apostle's Blessing. I don't think I'm going to need that either. That's probably 2 Spell Skites, a Spell Pierce. I'd love to get 2 Weathers in, but it might not be needed. I think it's just these. I don't think I need to Weather the Storms. It's probably just like this game's not going that long. Let's not be too fancy with it. Light touches here when we're sideboarding. The deck is essentially a combo protection deck. Don't want to wear it down too much. I see 2 creatures here. I'm going to go ahead and keep these. I have the Might of Ulcrosa here and a Blighted Agent, or a Mutagenic. I'm going to try not to use my life total here as much. Try to force it to be 8 spells that they need. Search for tomorrow for our lovely opponent. So Breeding Pool tapped here, pass turn, Blighted Agent. See if we can hit 2 wicked awesome spells. And go from there. Fetching, Wooded Foothills. This will tell us if they continue to get Stomping Grounds versus like a Breeding Pool. Am I feeling okay? Yeah, I'm feeling alright. Why do you ask? Anger of the Gods is going to be a little bit frustrating to see if we run into said thing. We're going to try with a Blighted Agent here, though. I don't want to do Glistener Elf and then try to have to double protect it. We'll let them fire it off here if they've got it. What's up, Last God? Are you? Only Pack Pride. Turn 3 mana. Turn 3, 5 mana, typical modern. Well, they had the search. This is one of the few decks that runs the search. Look at this, just hard cast search. You could have an abrade here. What do we got here? 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. Interesting, interesting. Looking for a pump spell. 4, 5, 9, kill. I believe it's a kill. And we can start with Might of Old Krosa. Getting mutagenic. This way we're way out of range of everything. Kicker and swing. Unless they have some sort of fog effect, although I wouldn't leave that past people in this league. We got there. Cool. Takes down Scape Shift. 3-1 currently going for that 4-1. Let's see if we can do it. A couple 2-0s tonight. A loss to Spore Frog. We're not going to say it was the Bant deck. It was Spore Frog deck. That's what we lost to. How's everyone's doing? It's Monday. A lot of people here. Evan stopped by. We got lots of people from Evan's chat. We got the originals, the common wolf pack here. Cord Frog. We got Brian here looking for Ojutai decks. None of those tonight. Sorry there. I lost to exactly Spore Frog. Exactly. I lost to Spore Frog. Core Spore. I wouldn't even call it a Soul Herder. I know it probably has it in there because they have the Ephemerate, but it was Spore Frog. It was Spore Frog deck. They might have played Bant Soul Herder for the other 4 matches in their league, but it was Spore Frog ours. We'll play first. All right, we learned our lesson earlier today, and we won't draw our land. We're going to go ahead and mulligan this, even though there's some crazy stuff in it. All right, so we have 2 lands. We have a Spellskite. I have an Ink Moth. I think we can try this. This one's going to be a bit slower, though, but we can get rid of the Distortion Strike, maybe? They're a Luris deck, which means they could be Burn, and the Spellskite would be nice. Doing great. Are we going to lock down some poor souls under a Blood Moon tonight? We probably will. League 2 is probably something. So we have a Luris deck. This could be Burn. This could be like a Jund, really low, like Aggro Zoo, Kid Jund. I'm kind of leaning towards keeping this Distortion Strike, but I also could see the value of a Blossoming Defense. Let's go ahead and ditch the... I'll ditch the 1 guard there. I'm not going to try to do Ink Moth here. I'm going to try to hide what we are initially and see if I can get a Spellskite down. Hands always have room for gas when they're lacking in lands. Fair enough. This looks like Burn. So I actually kind of want to get Spellskite down before I'm trying to bash in with an Ink Moth here. Yeah, it's very Burn. Soulscar Mage is kind of a frustrating one to see, though. That whole -1/-1 counter is going to be rough. Let's go ahead and let them know what's up here. Little Ink Moth fun times. Fun times. What's scary with the Soulscar Mage here is that our Ink Moth could just die out of nowhere. In for a point here. I'm going to let them light up the stage. Not too fearful of that card. This is where you love the Goyf package. Oh gosh, Lava Dart. Lava Dart. Lava Dart's going to wreck me, people. I don't know. I think we're in good shape here. We get to Ink Moth this coming turn. Let's do it off of this too. Boom. All right, Ink Moth away. I don't have to do too much here. They might try to shoot this. I'll Blossoming Defense in response to them attempting to shoot. They don't do anything here, so we'll just pass the turn. Scale up? No, 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 no. We can do all that next turn. Now we're going to play the protection spell on Spellskite. Change. Sounds good. We're going to have a lot more mana next turn. And I can't imagine they would fire off the Lava Dart again there, so we have a Spellskite. Yes, it could die here, but that's burned to Spellskite, not to the Ink Moth. Swift Spear. Manamorphose. I think we've got a real good chance here to scale up. Wooded Foothills. Make this big. Much beefy. I just have to watch for a second Lava Dart in the yard. But even then, I think we're okay. I'm having the 1 point. Alright, Lightning Bolt hits the Spellskite. That's good. Please don't play a Lava Dart here. As long as they don't play a Lava Dart, I think we have a good shot at winning this game. It's another Lava Dart. Play this. Calculating stuff. We boot up this. Then we have 2 mana afterwards. Am I just dead? I might be dead. Oh, yeah, I'm dead. I'm very dead. They have 2 mountains, Sacred Fountainry and Basic Mountain. 14 damage here. I'm dead. Maybe if we use the breeding pool there, then we're at 1. But then they probably just hold the two lava darts there. Ooh. All right. This is a Weather the Storm match. Spell Pierce seems okay as well. Weather the Storm and Spellskites come in. Distortion feels like it doesn't need to be here again. I don't want a Groundswell in this matchup either. That's probably easily these cards. And then I kind of want a random Spell Pierce because they're like the Prowess Blitz deck. This is probably okay to have. I like the Apostle's Blessing, but I don't need 2, I don't think. Does this make sense to have this card? I'm going to take the Apostle's Blessing out. I know it's a protection spell, and we could just name red. We could protect our Spellskite, we could protect something else, but I think a Spell Pierce just catching like one of their Manamorphoses off, or even just like a burn spell, might just be enough. I could be wrong there. Maybe we want it as protection. Let's see if we can get a good hand here. We're going to need a fast hand against this opponent. And this matchup's going to be the tough one. We were told at the very beginning of this league that burn was going to be the harder of the multiple decks that you could run into. And it looks like now that we've clearly championed the deck to some level of comfort, we had to hit raid boss here. All right, so we have Glistener, Blighted, and a couple good spells here. So let's give this the best shot we got. Probably gonna put in the breeding pool in Shocked, and then look to play the Ink Moth the following turn. Hit for a point. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe we do breeding pool into the Wooded Foothills and try to just end the game on turn 2. Who knows? Depends on what we draw. Depends on what we draw. All right, Inspiring Vantage here. Lightning bolts away my Glistener Elf. Goodbye, Glistener Elf. Mishra's Bauble here. Only thing we know about is the Lurse in the sideboard. All right. I want to, and I'm going to, go ahead and play the Blighted Agent. If they have another removal spell, that's fine, because I'm going to have an Ink Moth after this. If they don't, though, then I want the extra green here. We have a Crash Through here, Inspiring Vantage played, and another spell here, probably another Bolt. Skullscar Mage. All right. So we have a turn here. If we would have hit a spell, we'd be good. 6, 7, 8. Looks like it's just a scale up turn here. Play an Ink Moth and then swing. I would like to keep my Blossoming Defense for next turn if possible. This puts them at 6. I presume they have some removal here. Swiftspear, Soulscar, in for damage. Hoping we don't have a Lava Dart we have to. My face had a melty moment. Oh, look at that. Look at these hot blossoming defenses here. Gonna show us the way. Let's hit. Blossoming. Do you have a removal? Thankfully, it was just a lightning bolt. Cool. All right. Even if it was a lava dart, there's no mountains over there. Don't be a gut shot, I suppose. Guess I shouldn't be so confident. Gut shot could have wrecked us there. All right, we're on the draw all this time. We'll keep everything the same. Spell Pierce here in case my opponent goes a little bit nutty. Looking for about 2 to 3 creatures probably against the burn list. Spellskite can be one of those creatures, and an Ink Moth could be one of those creatures like we saw there. Pump spells and or interaction with their non-creature spells would be ideal. We'll see what the opening hand gives us. Well, I got the 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures, but I forgot to ask for some lands. So we need like a few creatures and lands. You know, we need a little bit of everything. This hand is like, if this was, I don't know, if this was a land, I'd probably keep this. All right, we have 2. We have a Weather the Storm, this and a Spell Pierce. I'm gonna keep this. We're gonna get rid of the mutagenic growth for the time being. Let's see if we can gain a whole bunch of land, whole bunch of life. All right, that looks good. We'll go ahead and Noble here, pass turn. They can kill the Noble if they'd like to. They may kind of ignore the Noble. Lava Darts, Noble Hierarch, that's fine here. Hits for 2. No follow-up. All right, this turn we're gonna hold here with the Blighted Agent because I do have a Spell Pierce. I'd like to be able to protect it somehow. I'm not gonna Spell Pierce a Crash Through. I was gonna say I might Spell Pierce something here, but I'm not gonna Spell Pierce a Cantrip. I'm not gonna Spell Pierce a Cantrip. Okay. I'm gonna hold my Weather the Storm for a turn here. I know people are probably like, oh, Fluffy, you could have played the Weather the Storm. Not yet, not yet, not yet. We're almost there. Blighted Agent pass turn. Hey, thank you for the lucky bits. Hopefully they're lucky. We'll see if we get here. Opponent's missed a land drop a few turns, so the Spell Pierce is looking really tasty right now. We'll let this hit us. Unfortunately, this could be a light up the stage. If it is, though, I might Spell Pierce to light up the stage. Yeah, that's their turn. This looks like a great turn here. This is not a mountain, by the way. Pump spell? Had to scratch the head and calculate briefly. Once I calculated everything, we figured that we had everything and we won the game. Woo! Woo! 4-1. Taking down Burn. We figured out a thing or two about the list. We also had the Weather the Storm. We were really patient with that. I think we did that well. Nice. Nice. 4-1 with Infect. First time out in many eons. Here's the list. Now, you'll be looking at this list a little bit and going, whoa, wait a minute, what's that curve? This is actually how I visualize the deck, so let me go ahead and go over this, and maybe that'll help you in the future. We got 20 lands here. We've got Distortion Strikes, Mutagenics, Groundswells, Mites, Scale Ups. These are essentially our pump and evasion. You'll notice that Distortion pumps and evades, but essentially these are going to get in for damage. We have our Infect creatures, we have our Ramp creatures, and then we have our protection spells. That's how we view it. Double B, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Welcome back. How do I get these emotes? Those emotes? The second one's greatest, but the first one's tier 2 of us. But otherwise, you get these sweet emotes. Get these sweet emotes. But there you go, Infect. Not a bad result. Just avoid Chalice.